All right. Today we are talking about ADHD. Is it a hindrance or is it a superpower? We are going to discuss today how we both and how you can harness the abilities of your ADHD as a creative and turn it into a superpower. So let's just dive right in. Megan.
Hi. What's up? Hi, everybody. What's going on? I'm excited for this topic, honestly.
Yeah.
Just because I know for us as individuals, it has really been a part of our story and just our own creative experience. And I know that so many other people, right? I talk to so many people that are like, sometimes it's just, how do I navigate this? How do I, you know, as we talked about yesterday, though, when we were chit-chatting, that it's like there are pieces of it that can become such a superpower for you.
Oh, absolutely. And when you learn how to harness it for yourself and for your medium, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And I think it has a lot to do with just like stepping into your own power a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then just trusting yourself.
Yeah.
There has been two books that I wanted to talk about today that have helped me personally. The first one being, and the one that has helped me the absolute most, is called ADHD for Smartass Women, by Tracy Atsuka. I hope I'm saying that right. It's like a brightly colored book, like red, orange, yellow cover, pink. But she just breaks down ADHD. Um, and it's not for creatives, but it's funny because when you are reading this book, she references creatives a lot, like because of it's that side of the brain that we are tapping into, and where kind of wires get a little screwy, I guess, for lack of a better term, with ADHD.
Yeah, just kind of firing on all cylinders, really.
Yeah, and with women, it presents itself way differently than it does in men.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the rates are like, I don't know, 75% of, I read that young boys get diagnosed, and then almost like 80% of girls, like young girls, are just, they kind of scoot through the system. Yeah. And
because I think girls, women, females, whatever, we tend to mask a lot more and just kind of like grin and bear it, like.
And it's like an internal talk in your brain.
Yeah.
As opposed to boys presented a little bit more physically, so they don't.
You see the energetic
bouncing
side of it. Like, I mean, I definitely identify with that. Like, I have that essence, but I don't come off as that. So I can see why we would not be being seen as, or going, oh, what's going on here, to get diagnosed or even have an idea that something in that realm is going on earlier on.
So, yeah, the book is called ADHD for Smartass Women, but if you're a man in that situation, it's not like just for girls.
Right.
I highly, 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 highly recommend it to everyone and anyone that thinks or knows they have ADHD. It just, like, the tips and tricks that she presents and like just spells out so beautifully. I've read this book 3 times now because of my ADHD, and I wanted to retain every single bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
And it has helped me tremendously. So we're going to discuss a little bit of stuff that we've learned from that. And then the second book I wanted to just give a shout out to it's called Scattered Minds. And it's by one of my favorite doctors, Gabor Mate. He has done fascinating research if you're into like learning about how people work and operate and stuff. Yeah. And it's all about ADHD and how to heal your brain and things like that. So different modalities, which is really fascinating, very interesting. But I think the first book that I mentioned is like outstanding for if you're looking for like new ways of doing things, or just like a new process of whatever you're working on and working through. So
I love that.
I wanted to dive in today a little bit about what you and I have learned and found helpful and it helps us with our productivity, but then also like the positives and negatives that come from that
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah.
our brains are fantastic little
They are creatures
creatures.
of their own right. For
So,
sure.
what are like the biggest tools you'd say that you utilize on a daily
Yeah.
or in your business, your creative business that help you?
So, I was somebody who definitely didn't even have an inkling that this was something that I was dealing with or living through until adulthood. And so for me, it's been really understanding my own brain and how I
Mm,
operate. So once the last like handful of years, I don't even remember when I really started kind of being like, oh,
yeah.
and my doctor, like, I wasn't even there for that. And she's like, um,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like she's like, we can get you tested, all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure like, we're in this realm. And so once that like clicked in my brain, it was like this journey to understanding my own brain instead of fighting it,
Mm,
understanding it. And I think that was what helped me. And so some of the things for me, what I experience with my ADHD and just my, my, like you said, very creative, chattery, scattery brain is that just kind of like ongoing, like just always in the brain, especially at night.
yeah.
Grew up with insomnia, and I thought that majority of it was anxiety, which it was to some extent. I had a lot of catastrophic thoughts and things like that as a kid when trying to wind down to go to bed.
Yeah.
But now I'm realizing that it was also like some of this. It was just
Mhm.
like my brain was on fire and it fired up at night, which I know a lot of people can relate to. Raise your hand or drop a,
Yeah, right.
sleepy emoji if you're laying there awake with your brain going. But now it's like, oh, I get that. So something just in that realm with like insomnia, sleep, the racing mind is brain dumps. And I've
Mm,
talked about it a lot, and I do it pretty much daily in some way, shape, or form. I might shapeshift of exactly what it looks like, but brain dumps help me so much because what my mind wants to do is think about the next 7 days, the next 3 months, the next big idea, all right then at 10:30 p.m. when I'm trying to
yeah,
wind down, and I gotta be up early the next morning, and it's the last thing I should be doing. So
right.
when I do a brain dump, I usually, sometimes it's on my phone, sometimes it's on pen and paper, depending, or sometimes it's like an email to myself because it
Yeah,
feels like I'm like telling somebody else it almost. And then I
yeah.
go, okay, I've gotten that off of my
My
chest
husband does that.
and
He
out of my
emails.
head.
Yeah.
And I know in the morning, and this is the other little safeguard that I have, I know in the morning it's somewhere.
Mm,
Because the other thing I think we all have, and I don't know if this is something that, I don't want to speak for
yeah.
everybody, but I know many people that I've talked to have said, I just worry I'm going to forget the things.
Yeah.
I'm going to forget to go to the appointment. I'm going to forget that idea that I had for my business
For
or, that I
real.
want to create. And so now I know I have something tangible, physical
Yeah.
or digital, right? That I can go, it's there. Now I can sleep because I'm not worried about it. So brain dumps and then scheduling out my any alarms for the next day that I feel might be helpful for me.
Okay.
So say I've got a lot of back to back, like I'm going over to a photo shoot, at
Mm-hmm.
this time, and then later I got to go to a Zoom meeting, and then I got, I'm here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
I will put a couple alarms throughout my day, like an hour before the thing or whenever it makes sense for me. But again, I know I'm not going to forget the thing. Like at the
Yeah.
core of it, I know I'm not. Like
Right.
I'm pretty like if I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. However, my brain is like, I don't know. You might forget.
Well, when
You
you
might
get
miss
in the
it.
flow of something, like I
Yes,
do,
that too.
when I'm painting, it is, I don't even know. It's like, I don't know what you would compare it to, but when I get in the flow and I'll like be painting and I'll be like, I'm gonna finish this one section and then I'm gonna clean up and be done. And then I'm like, oh, but wait, I gotta do, oh,
Hmm.
this, okay, when I'm done with this section, I'm gonna be done and do the thing.
Yeah.
And oh wait, oh man, okay. Well, if I when I finish this, I'm really gonna be done and clean up, and then this will go on and on and on and on, and then
Yeah.
I'll miss the next thing or be late to the appointment or whatever.
Right.
So the alarm, I think I'm gonna steal that from you. The
Yeah.
alarms
If you
is
look at my
everything.
phone, and maybe I'll do a funny little reel, like, and I
Yeah,
have like they're all just like, and then I interchange them. Obviously, like I
yeah,
have ones that are like always like, for things that are consistent that I do like most days that stays the same. But then I'll throw in like, Zoom at with blah 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 at 1, and then I'll put that on at like 12:30 or whatever,
Yeah.
or whatever makes sense. That's not going to go off during my previous commitment, but it's early enough that I can go, oh shit, I got to go,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. And so it has helped me tremendously. I have not slept better in my whole entire life than I have over the last few years, most nights, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong, there's still those
Right.
nights, but for the most part, I can be like, I've gotten my thoughts out. I've taken a survey of what's coming up the next couple days,
Yeah.
and I have alarms. I have a safeguard that my brain is going to feel safe and good, and now I can enjoy some slumber.
Yeah.
So that's one huge one. And then the other one for me is something that I didn't realize, and somehow we started talking about, hyperactivity and like ADHD and just like all these
Yeah.
different things in like a family setting one time. And my mom's like, I don't see that in you because I'm not like, I wasn't bouncing off the walls, but also as a kid, I danced a lot. I
Yeah.
had outlets
Right.
to the point where at some point I was dancing 6 days a week. So I had a place for my energy to go.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I didn't?
Right.
Maybe I would have presented differently
Yeah.
earlier on.
Right.
And so we had that conversation of, well, right. Yeah, because it had somewhere to move. And so now as an adult who, although I do dance, but is in everyday life, going into the office, sitting a lot sometimes, if I have editing days, those are long days. I notice a difference. And so I have got to be intentional about moving. And I know, like, a big surprise, I'm talking about movement, but it's so important, not only for the energy to get out, but for the energy to settle and my mind to focus.
Yeah.
So I notice a lot of times if I have a lot of back-to-back meetings and I haven't moved a lot, I'm not as articulate. I might not think as clearly.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just think that's me. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired. I'm fog. I got brain fog.
Yeah.
We put it to something else. Perimenopause, this, that, the other. But what if it's just your brain needs that little bit of a release and that outlet to get the right hormones moving, get the energy out,
Right.
and then you can focus on whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And so that's my other like big thing for me. And I notice when I don't do it because last week I had 3 days in a row where it was like huge editing days and I like didn't move a lot
And don't you feel like it can be like a slippery slope? Like if you do stay still for too long, then you just want to stay still for more and more.
I think I told you
longer.
that. Was I telling you that like those 3 days that I had, like, 12-hour editing days, like just like 3 back to back, not just like one day, 3 days in a row where it was just like pretty much. I mean, I got up to get water or like let the dog out, but it was minimal.
Yeah.
And I felt it, but I did feel that I was like this slippery slope of now I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Which is never going to be good, right? Just as a human, like whether you have, ADHD or attention, like focus issues, whatever, it doesn't matter. As a human, we need that in our bodies and our minds need it more than we ever know. And so those are probably the two biggest things that have changed kind of once I understood my brain and stopped fighting it and being like, well, I have to like get this done, so I'm just going to sit and work through it instead of going, you know what? No, actually, Megan, the best thing you're going to do is get up, move about the cabin for a moment, and then sit down.
Yeah.
And you're going to be more productive because you are able to focus better. Like, imagine that. Why would I want to fight that?
Right.
Why? But we do, right? We do sometimes. And that's just the nature of it. And so anybody out there who's kind of searching for their thing, play around, right? See what it is for you. Hopefully some of these things resonate for you. But yeah, I think those are the two like big main things that like have shifted so much. And I understand myself more through it. Every single day I learn a little bit something more. Because the other thing, and I think a lot of people out there that identify in this kind of way of braining, if you will. Sometimes you worry if you go off of the main task, you're going to hyper focus on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Like if I get up and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go put the dishes away really quick to give myself a little shake up and move and whatever. And then I'll come back. The problem is you're like, but then all of a sudden I'm going to go clean the whole house.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the editing or whatever, Which can be a risky choice. Yeah. If you don't understand your brain, though. But now, because I know that that's an option, that my brain might just go, vroom, glom on, hyper focus on this, which is important, but not right now.
Yeah, I tend to do that when I have like to do a lot of laundry. Like literally, my husband makes fun of me. He's like, you despise laundry more than I've ever known anyone to despise laundry, because I will literally paint my entire house just so I don't have to do the
Yeah, you are
laundry.
known to just take on a
Yeah.
whole other
No,
project.
for real. Like I like literally painted the entire downstairs because I had a pile of laundry that I was just like staring at me like into my soul, and I was like,
I love
well, I
you.
do need to paint and then I can get to get to the
Get to the laundry.
laundry.
She'll go on above and beyond to do the
Yeah.
most for something that
Yeah.
is right there. But that's the way our brains will tick.
Yeah.
And for somebody else, it might be, you know, something different but similar, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's just understanding that that's how you operate and then evaluating. When a moment like that comes up, like, what am I doing here?
Mm.
Like, is this going to be supportive of me? Do I just need to shift in environment, change, thought? Or am I like just really just self-sabotaging? Am I letting my brain, because sometimes it could be that too.
Yeah.
Like there's like kind of just like, I mean, not maybe with laundry. What is there to self-sabotage in that? But
Right.
like if it's in a project or something like that, it could be. But just in general,
I have
like,
no clean clothes.
right, yeah. And then you get to the point where you're like, oh gosh.
All right.
But I think at the end of the day, it's kind of like evaluating when you're seeing yourself kind of do these things that are maybe not as supportive as they could be.
Mm.
Then like thinking, where is it stemming from? Because we have to just be able to understand what we're doing
Yeah.
in the moment of like, where is it going from? Or maybe it's just in that moment, it really doesn't matter. And you're like, whatever, I'm just like letting this be the path that I take today.
Yeah.
And then move on. Like, that's it. Like, sometimes it's not that serious also. Like, in the same breath,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that serious
Right.
most of the time, you
Right.
know?
Right.
But if
Right.
it is taking over your life and you're not getting things done or whatever, then yes, okay, let's understand the things.
Figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like those ideas, and I've utilized the alarm. Now that I think about it, I've utilized that the alarm to remind myself to pick up my daughter. When I used to pick up my daughter from school, I just
Yeah.
have to set an alarm, because if I got into designing or
Mm.
into whatever I was getting into, I'd do the same thing that I just mentioned. Like, okay, okay, I'm gonna finish this part and then I'll do the thing. I'm gonna, oh, wait, I'll just finish this one little thing and then I'll go,
Yeah.
where I need to be. So yeah, that alarm was like super helpful, but I'm gonna use that a little bit for, um, like reminding myself, like to eat even.
Well, you
Like
know,
that's my problem.
and sometimes I have found it's such a win too, let me tell you. I will start doing the thing that the alarm is gonna tell me before the
Yeah,
alarm goes on. I like move into the next.
and you reward yourself.
Yeah. No, I mean, maybe I should, like a dog with a
You
treat, you know?
should.
Woo, chocolate chip or something, you know?
Yeah.
But like I have found, I mean, I've done this now for like probably solidly at least 2 years. Before that, maybe, like more willy-nilly. Solidly. And every night I set my alarms for the next day.
Mm,
It's a beautiful thing because I can take a look and go, okay, I've got this at 9, this at 12, this at da da da,
yeah.
whatever. It's this beautiful thing. And most of the time I'm like shifting gears, because that's the other thing with our brains that are so creative and beautiful and wonderful. Like we have to sometimes shapeshift into the next version.
Mm,
Like, okay, I need to get into painting, or I need to get into like I'm talking to somebody, like, and like needing to
yeah.
like guide a conversation in a meeting or something, right? So like sometimes we need like that switch, which the alarm started doing for me, like as a tool. But now my brain has kind of learned, like it has like this more. I think I've like
Mm,
helped my internal clock better
yeah.
and shift gears, and it's like, oh, all right, moving along. Now we're going into like people mode, or now we're going into
Yeah.
like like control mode, and we're just gonna sit and create or whatever it
Right.
is. And it
Yeah.
helps. And like so many times I'm like, whoop, as it comes off, I'm like, I'm already doing this.
Yeah.
I'm already in it, baby. I'm already on the Zoom. You don't even have to tell me what to do. And
Right.
so it's like this supportive thing,
Mm,
you know?
yeah.
What
So
about
that
you?
would be you'd be your biggest tool that you use.
Biggest, because it's just changed.
Yeah.
It's changed my sleep. It's changed the way I feel successful throughout my day.
Okay.
It's changed just kind of how my brain functions in time
Yeah.
most of the time. Sometimes I'll get
And honestly, you're using, like, I mean, technology how it's supposed to be used,
right.
and using it as, I mean, I think that's a superpower.
Yeah.
Like, figuring out that that's what works for you. And that's
Yeah.
probably like the biggest aha moment I had with my own ADHD was I got diagnosed like much later in
Mm-hmm.
life. I don't know. It's like 4 or 5 years ago.
I was gonna
No,
say,
four
yeah.
or 5 years ago. I don't even remember. Um, and even in that not that I needed someone to tell that to me,
Right.
but it was almost at the time I did because I was like, something is like off. Like, why am I not operating? I think it took my daughter. I was always like forgetting things like with school,
Mm,
her school and stuff, and she got
yeah.
so upset. She's like, "Why are you always the mommy? You're always the mommy, and you're always like forgetting this and forgetting that." And it like hit me hard because I'm like,
Yeah.
I try my very best to not be that, and so I want to help myself, and in turn help my daughter.
Right.
And so that was like my driving force. But then also like you do feel like something's wrong with you,
Yeah.
and that doesn't feel good to anyone.
No.
But then like reading these books, like I'm a big like I want to learn everything and anything about something, um, in order for my brain to just like absorb it
Mm-hmm.
fully and to understand. I want to understand every piece and part of everything. So that's why I like dove in and I read the first book, ADHD for Smart Ass Women, 3 times because I knew, reading it once, I wasn't going to retain everything because ADHD.
Because you won't. Yeah. Just because you won't.
Yeah, so then I read it again and picked up a little more. And then the third time I felt like, okay, I really have absorbed everything that this author is trying to teach me.
Yeah.
And like I think the biggest takeaway or tool that I took from that book was the reward system.
Mm.
And it sounds very, very juvenile and like something you like in a parenting
I know,
book.
but also, can we just talk about it? We're all just toddlers walking around this
Right,
world. I
exactly.
don't care how old you are. We're all
Right.
toddlers at heart.
So, like if there is a task that I don't necessarily want to do, like example laundry, I will say, okay, well, I have 10 minutes to get this done, folding, whatever. It shouldn't take you more than 7, right?
Right.
5 or 7 minutes. I'm going to reward myself after this, and I'm going to sit in front of my canvas and sketch out my next painting.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm going to do a brain dump and dump everything out that I've been wanting to create, and like put it on paper.
Yeah.
Or even like, okay, you can watch an episode of your favorite show
Yeah.
after you fold the laundry or
What is your
whatever
favorite show right
it
now?
is. Favorite show right now. Oh God, I don't even know.
You're like, don't get me off track here. How dare you?
Yeah, yeah. That's a whole other
I tease.
episode. My daughter's always like, "What are you watching now?" um, but yeah, the reward system works for me. But then I think the aha moment that I've had with this whole learning about myself in this different way has been just trusting myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a person who I grew up, a dad in law enforcement, so it was a stricter household.
Yep.
We had a lot of rules and, reason for all of those rules, of course, nothing crazy. But I grew up thinking there was a right way and a wrong way to do things. And so that's why I read books like this. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, how do I need to operate? How do I need to do this? And I'm searching for the answers. And all the while I'm sitting right here and I'm the person that I need to be supporting and helping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, why shouldn't I trust myself with that? Like, I am not Sally, from the book who's used as an example because, she's
Yeah.
an exec at like a corporation. Like, that's not me. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't have that life, her life, or her qualities or
Brain, literally.
yeah,
I mean,
right,
you don't.
exactly. So like the aha moment for me in helping my ADHD was trusting myself
Mm-hmm.
and just knowing first and foremost that I know what's best for me because I know myself the best over
Yeah.
anyone. And I can try these things that, I learn in these books. And if they don't work, that's fine.
Right.
But a lot of things, they do stick.
Yeah.
And so I think that was huge for me when I do seek out different modalities of
Mm-hmm.
how to structure my brain in a productive way.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and I love that the idea of being able to cherry pick. I feel like I'm a very cherry picker in life.
yeah.
Like you can read a book like that or listen to, a podcast or whatever and extract what you need out of it. You don't have to take it verbatim. I have to do this, 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 and this in order for
Mm-hmm.
my brain to feel better, work better, do better. You
Yeah.
can say, this really resonated with me and makes sense in the way that I already operate. Let me give it a try.
Right.
So like that idea that you brought to the table of like just like kind of playing with it, seeing what works and what doesn't, and listening to yourself at the end of the day. Because we just have fought for a lot of our life, right? Especially if
Mm-hmm.
you aren't given, tools and resources younger,
Right.
um, or the right ones even, if you did get them younger. Um, we're just like constantly like, something's wrong with you,
Yeah.
push. Something's wrong with you, fight against it. Oh,
Well, you
you
start
can't do
believing
this, can't
that.
do that, and just like we can do anything. In fact, like we're talking about,
Yeah.
it's a superpower,
Right.
right? Like there's so many superpowers behind it. The creativity that you can, just ooze out of our
Right.
brains, the hyperfocus,
Yeah.
that you can do to just knock some. She's been working on this mural, and like, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. The
you have
huge.
to be able to have some level of. Not
Yeah.
everybody can do that.
Right.
That's really true to so many people that they could not spend that much time doing something like that. But
Mm.
your superpower is that you are able to. So if you weren't able to find the things that work for you to help you get here, who knows if you'd be able to like really jump
Right.
into your work that way
Right.
and do that.
And it's focusing on your strengths and on your abilities and your talents, and then kind of bouncing off what you just said, organizing and um, setting up your life for success.
Yeah.
And it's using the alarms, it's using the notes app, I love a good pen and paper, you know me.
Always.
And I carry this thing like a note. I have always have a notepad with me and a pen, because I just need to take notes all the time.
Yeah.
And
You're like,
or I
any
have
day.
ideas. Yeah, but like using that as your superpower
Yeah.
to overcome the things that have held you back in the past, like organization, like reach out for help. Like
Yeah.
my best friend, she is into
Yeah.
she has very good spatial awareness, is what I say, and I do not. So she will come over and help me with my home.
Yeah.
And it's like I used to fight it and be like, you know, I can't. I get down on myself. Ugh, I can't do this. I can't, like, I don't know how to decorate a house or whatever. I can
Right.
paint one, but I can't
Yeah.
decorate. But then leaning into that, okay, well, I need a little help there, like, um, and then seeing who you can rely on, how you can rely on, like technology, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even if it's like a little voice note, like we send voice notes to each other all the
Yeah.
time and with crazy ideas.
Yeah. It's a
And
beautiful thing.
but I feel like we should use more notes this time because remember we lost
Yeah,
lost
it's
an
fine.
idea.
We were like, there's an idea floating out there. It will
Yeah.
land on the podcast someday, but who
Yeah, it's
knows?
still out
Who
there
knows
in like
when?
voice message land, I feel like. Yeah. But yeah, like the tips and tricks that we utilize, like I hope can help somebody else
Yeah.
in harnessing their ADHD. And if not, like if this like motivates anyone to like go figure themselves out, then start with those books, because I 100% have utilized so much juicy information and knowledge and amazingness. And it's helped me tremendously kind of get unstuck even
Yeah.
and get things flowing and energy going and all of the things.
All of the
So, yeah.
things.
So,
And yeah,
hope,
just don't forget that, like, at the end of the day, your brain is beautiful.
yeah,
And the minute you just embrace it too,
right.
I just
And
want to,
trust
this was on
yourself.
my heart. I like had to like entrust. Yeah. trust to the core.
Right.
That, you know, when you find the things that really support you, you will fly.
Mm.
You will soar, and you will be able to be successful in whatever the thing is you're working to find success or shift or change and
Mm-hmm.
betterment for yourself in.
Yeah. And that'll just like kind of ripple into your daily life as well,
Mm-hmm.
which just makes everything grand
Yeah.
and wonderful.
Life can be beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
It,
Yes.
it can feel better even with an interesting brain,
Yeah.
you know?
So embrace your ADHD, embrace your qualities and capabilities, and know that you are worthy of so much more. And it starts with you. So,
Yes. We'll see you next time, beautiful humans.
yay!